Hey everyone, Erica with a K here. Today's video is going to be on how to do a dupe for the Entenmann's Marshmallow Ice Devil's Food Cake. This is like the main cake that I used to have growing up, and now I'm vegan, and so this is how you do it. Get yourself a box of the Duncan Hines Devil's Food Cake. These are accidentally vegan, and then also the Pillsbury Funfetti Oreo icing, and then you're going to preheat your oven to 350. You're going to put the mix in, and you're going to do basically exactly what the box says. So you're going to put the actual mix in a bowl. You're going to put, I believe it's a cup of water. It's on the back of the box, so just make sure you follow the instructions on the box. But from my memory, from making this quite a few times over the last few days, it's a cup of water, and then it's half a cup of vegetable oil. So I use the Weston, I believe it's called. Again, these are, it's vegan, it's vegetable oil. So this is when the vegan fun comes in. So after you have those two things in the mixture, you're going to move that bowl aside, and then the recipe calls for 3 eggs. So I use egg replacement, which is, I believe it's called Red Mill's Uncle Bob or Bob, whatever it is, Bob's Red Mill. That's what it is, egg replacer. So basically what it is 1 tablespoon of this mix of this powder, and then 2 tablespoons of water equals 1 egg. So this recipe called for 3 eggs. So I had to do 3 tablespoons of this mixture, and then I had to do 6 tablespoons of egg. You want to mix this together like really well, because it gets it's very watery when you first start mixing it, but then it gets very thick, and if you don't mix it properly, it gets chunky, and when you eat your cake, you'll be like, I could taste the chunks in it. They don't really taste like anything, but it's an egg replacement. So this is basically what makes this recipe, besides the fact that Duncan Hines is accidentally vegan and this icing is vegan. Yeah. And nobody said this was healthy. We're just saying it's vegan. So if you have a sweet tooth and you're vegan, this is the recipe for you. So once you get that good and mixed, you'll notice the texture start to change. It gets super clumpy. You're going to put that aside for 1 minute. And then by the time I filmed this again, 1 minute was up. And then you just put it in. You see it's a totally different mixture than it was before. I left that sound in case anybody wanted to feel like they were in real time. But then when you're done, you're going to get out a baking pan. The size will depend on, what you have available, and that will also depend on the time that you put on. So mine is, I think, like a 9x13 is what I usually measure it for. I use parchment paper, but totally up to you if you guys want to put oil and coat it, however you want to do. I like to do parchment paper. I feel like it's less mess and it doesn't burn. And then you're just going to put the mixture in, get as much of that in there because it's really just a 1-layer cake. It's really not that much. And then I like to spread it out. So the oven was already preheating for 350. So right now it's at 350. I'm going to put that in there. I set it for about 26 minutes. It was like 25 to 29. And then I check on it. I didn't have a toothpick, so I had to stick a butter knife in it, and it came out pretty clean. So at that point I was like, okay, I think we're basically done. I did make a rookie mistake in this, and I was like, this cake tastes better when it's cold, so let me put it in the refrigerator first. Put the icing on first. It's easier for the icing to melt. There are some clips in this where I just start to like destroy this cake, so enjoy those clips. So I don't know why I thought I needed to take this out of the pan and put it on, I don't know, a plate. I don't know what I was thinking. Leave it in the pan. You don't have to make a mess. This part's for you guys. What did I do? No. Then my husband gets the zoomed in of me cracking the cake in half. I've made this cake multiple times. It's never happened. And then here's another one that's for you guys. I don't want that in there. Okay, so let's take 2 on the icing. We had already made this cake, so the extra Oreo stuff that was on top had fallen into the mixture. I like to just spread it regular and then sprinkle a little bit of the Oreos on top, as you could see in this picture. Unfortunately, I don't have a picture of when the cake was whole because we jumped right into it and we ate it. But you can freeze this. So if you're like, hey, I don't want to eat this all in one shot, which is what we did, you do 2 pieces of plastic wrap, and then you do 1 piece of aluminum foil, and you could freeze it in your freezer. So this is what the cake looked like after it was frozen. You can definitely like put it in the microwave for 15 seconds just to get that chill out, or you can literally just let it sit on the counter and wait so you guys can eat it. But again, it can be frozen and it tastes just like it. Like, I know I'm not good at making these videos, but like, I had to share this with you guys. So I love you guys, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye.